She lay still in the darkness, not daring to make a single sound. For hours she had lay awake in her pitch-black room, shivering with terror. She held herself tightly, as to not ruffle the sheets which she griped with a vise-like strength. She chewed on her tongue as to ensure that her teeth do not chatter. Ignoring the taste of her own warm, salty blood, she dared not make the softest whisper for fear of unsettling the beast which sat in the corner of her chamber. She awoke hours ago to a faint breeze which tingled down her spine, rattling her core, and suddenly was shook by a hot burst of air rushing against her skin. The shock of the chill and sudden burn startled her as she awoke to the sight of bright yellow-green eyes that watched over her that night. For hours now, she had gripped her sheet depressed on her tongue, and has been sweating drops of terror from her skin. She felt the heavy yellow glow press down upon her like a megaton, perversely watching her cower under her soft quilt. She began to grow tired, and her eyelids dropped, and she was finally at rest for some time in hours. When she opened her eyes again, the yellow light blinded her, and without a sound, her demonic intruder was face to face with her. In this moment, she shrieked out a primal scream of sheer terror, which the creature bathed in with great pleasure, as it seemed to feed on her very fear. The next morning, she awoke perfectly fine, as if nothing had occurred that night. She assured herself it was simply a nightmare. As she stood up and she realized the window was open, and at that moment, she felt the cold breeze that awoke her last night. That's when she saw the claw marks which scratched her window frame and ran up and down the bricks of the side of her house. She took a deep breath and prepared to let out a scream, like the scream she unleashed that night, but to her horror, she was incapable of uttering a single sound. The creature had devoured her voice. Well guys, that was The Cry, a short little creepypasta credited to DJ, and well, beings and entities, so some sort of demonic entity that basically stole her voice, or a voice box, something like that. A little bit weird of an ending. I don't know, for me it didn't really build up much, like, tension or fear or anything like that. It was kind of like, oh yeah, it's creepy, but it's not really, you know. I don't know, that's my thoughts. Let me know what you thought of it in the comments below. If you liked it, leave a like. If you dislike it, dislike it. Subscribe to support this channel, and if you do, hit the bell to get notified. I'm always putting out content every Sunday, and occasionally throughout the week. But if you want, you can join my Discord. The link to do so is in the description below. And as always, thank you so much for watching.